Okay, so what I have here is a Dodge Durango 2000 with the V8 Magnum. It's a 5.9. The transmission in it is a 46RE. My code that it was throwing up was a p1740, which is the torque converter clutch in op, not working, whatever. Anyway, the fix to it is one of the things that came up is this original piece here has a small orifice right there, and what they want you to do is replace that with a new piece from the dealer. Do not bother to get this part, this 0461 7015. You do not want that, even though the hole is bigger. It's the same exact plate. What they came up with, and the problem that mine had when I took it apart, was this is the part you want to use instead. It's Superior Transmission Parts, excuse me. There's the part number right there. Reason you want to do that is when I dismantled the transmission to get to this part, this stuff was floating around. This one was stuck underneath on the solenoid here. This other piece was stuck right here on this solenoid because they're magnetic. This piece and the spring, I'm sorry, the spring was in the pan. This piece was right there, and so is the little piece that you need right there. And they go in order just like this. This either way works. Toss those, that. So what this has is it has a nipple for the spring to set on right there. And you put it on in the same place and it retains the spring on this end right here, as long as you have it in there. Okay, where I found the schematic online, the best place I came across to look at the schematics was Transmission Parts Online. You can just scroll down. They have all the transmissions over here too. You can just click to them if you know what you have. So I have a Dodge Durango. I have the 5.9. It's a 2000, so it's between the 98 and the 2003. It's a 46RE or A518, I guess. I don't know, I guess they're the same. So then it comes up with your schematic, and there's the parts right there. This is the clip that I do not have. Can't see that. This clip right here is what broke and ended up probably all over the transmission. Anyway, I'm going to put this together and I'll show you what we got here. When I get it done, I'll put the new piece in, put the old pieces back in that I was lucky enough to find, and get this thing back in there. There's some tricks here. You got to be careful with the connector plug. Also right here where your shaft goes back to the tail of the transmission, I was not able to get that pulled out. I don't know, I saw several different videos where they just pulled them right out. The detent does not seem to want to release on mine. There's a little C-clip right there on the back side. I was able to reach in and pull that out with a screwdriver, and I'll have a fun time trying to get it back in there, I guess. Anyway, leave it locked here so you can get your room in to get to the side if you do that. Anyway, let me turn this off, pause, and come right back. Okay, so you can see this a little better. I got the pieces back in there. Maybe not. There's the little dimple that the end of the spring's going to go on, and it's going to fit just like that. I gotta make sure it's on. So I only got one hand. I'm going to turn it back off, go ahead and lock it back down, and be back. Okay, so once again we're back here just to make sure you see where the spring gets on the dimple of the new part going in. And look how much bigger the hole is. Evidently that has something to do with how it stays locked up better. and takes control of the takes care of the problem with the p1740. All right, I'll go underneath and show you what's going on there. I'm kind of doing this backwards. Okay, I'm gonna keep this part short because there's a lot of videos out there on this already. There's one other thing I forgot to mention, that when you take this off, there's a big spring underneath here. The third to fourth spring, I forget what it's called. Anyway, you want to make sure you change that just when you're looking at the schematic and buying the parts, or you're at the transmission shop, tell them you want that one. It wasn't very expensive, like $3. They get heated up and fatigued and crack. I took mine out. It was still all in one piece, but it was definitely much shorter and weaker than the one that I put in. The other thing you want to make sure you do is do your band adjustments. The back one back here, you have your lock nut and adjustment screw. Everybody got it right about the 72 inch-pounds to torque this bolt out. So you unloosen the lock and you tighten this in 72 inch-pounds. It's an 8mm square. There's no socket that I have that's going to fit on it. So I just took my inch-pound torque wrench and put my 3/8 drive on it and got the feel, and you know, tighten it in as best I could. And then one guy said to back it off 2 turns, and the other guy said to back it off 3 turns. So I went 2.5 because I don't know which one's right, and I didn't have any other place to look it up. So the only thing I haven't put on here yet is my filter. Make sure the other plugs, I didn't really take these apart. To get this out though, is you have 3 on this side, short one over here, and 3 on this side. Then you have to take these 4 off around all the solenoids, and then it'll drop down. You got to watch to make sure you don't break your electrical connection, or you'll be buying the whole socket, I mean the solenoid kit, to get that harness and everything. And then the other stuff is on the other videos, which you'll see a bunch of, is taking all of your linkage and everything and unhooking that. So you can catch all that off the videos. I just undid everything, and there's your front band adjustment is up out here. I don't know if I'm seeing that right there. It's a 19mm on the lock, and it's a 40 Torex. And that one, same thing, 72 inch-pounds in. And one guy said back it off 3.5 turns. Another guy said 3 7/8 turns. So just make it 3.5. It'll wear in. Anyway, the rest of the stuff is basic. You can pretty much find everything you need to know to do that on other videos and everything. My main thing was to show you what the p1740 for the torque converter clutch solenoid, which is on the back side of this, and what happened to mine. It popped that valve in that fixed plate that I told you to get with the bigger orifice in it. That's the fix. And when I get it all together, I'll road test it and come back and tell you if it actually solved the problem.